I am Jonathan.
Snow White opened the door and I walked through it and pointed to a black pearl. That's your muse, use it.
And my stage name is Roebus One.
Smothered in tiptoe, lost in the lonely pin, broken through my phone, but brush it off and fuck friends. And I will state this clearly. If I can look into your eyes when I'm dying inside, you never knew me.
I started making music. Well, I started writing and like doing like creative writing and I guess like writing parodies of songs when I was like 12, 13 years old roughly. I got serious about it at 16. I signed my first record deal when I was 16, and you know I got kicked off the label because I just didn't take it seriously. And but I've always like kept up with music from a young age. Every year since 16, I've like gotten more and more serious about it. You know, I've taken time off like here and there. Like it might take like 6 months off from music, you know, a year, but I always come back to it. You know, like right now I'm like kind of coming off a hiatus with music and art. But, you know, like 2015, like I have a lot of stuff coming out. You know, I have like 2 different side projects. Going to do like different work with my label, which is Dulles Records. It's a metal label out of Philly. I came back from Georgia like 8-9 months ago. I moved down there just for a change of pace, you know, because I've been up here in like, you know, Trenton, New York, in Philadelphia have been like my, you know, like my home base for forever for the most part. And I just wanted to go, I have like different reasons for going to Georgia. You know, I went to help out my girlfriend so she could finish college. I don't know, just from like being young and being in like the art scene and the music scene, you know, I got like mixed up in bad stuff. You know, like I had like a really nasty addiction a few years ago, and I just went there so I could, you know, clear my head and like recoup and I guess like get a new perspective on writing and, you know, just make changes without any distractions. But I don't know, like I tried to do music while I was out there, and it just didn't feel the same, you know, because like I'm not from down south. I liked it like living wise because it was just really calm, but it's just like for me to make the art that I do to where I can help people, like I need to be around a little bit of chaos, you know, like I need to feel a little bit uneasy.
Get your tickets and come to the gallery. I know my family and friends are so proud of me. Make it a little off.
I might have an idea in my head when I'm making the song, but I make it to a degree where anyone can relate to it. You know, like later on, like I did an album, I guess 4 years ago, called Inside the Diorama, and that was all about like heroin addiction and living in Philadelphia and like, you know, trying to start over and you know, just like other issues that I was dealing with, you know, like eating disorder, depression, and you know, I just like I gain inspiration from I guess like my pain and torment, and you know, it's also an experiment in a way, because like the first album that I released as an adult, I guess, it's called Reflections of Goodbye. I released that like it was like late 2008, early 2009, and during that time, like it took me a lot longer, but I was straight edge, and like I just like, you know, like my emotions and like feelings were just running crazy rampant, so it was more It was more like a social, like an emotional diary. And then the second one, like I was just like in crazy shit all the time. Like trying to balance, being a musician and a businessman, and trying, I guess, hide, an addiction. And I learned a lot from that too. Like I learned like what I don't want to do. Because like being out there, living in Philly especially, like you see like the worst of the worst out there. And now it's just bringing everything full circle. It's a blend of like the new album that I'm working on. It's a blend of the first and second one, and I don't know. Like I go back to when I was 19, and like I went to rehab for the first time. So it's like tying that together mixed with like being surprised I'm still alive. Like I didn't expect to be alive, honestly. And it ties it together very, very well. It's very cohesive. I try to keep it to a degree where everyone can relate to it. Whether you do drugs or not, whether you have any type of an addiction or like illness. I have a lot of songs about being sick too, because like all my life I've been pretty sick, from being in a coma when I was younger to like getting hurt, and then like I guess dealing with like respiratory issues and like hernia and stomach issues, and malnourishment sometimes. And I just like I write the way that I do for the most part, so I don't hurt myself, and just so I can help other people, so they don't have to go down the path that I went down. I'm always into helping people, like I've wanted to work. It's funny, like when I moved here, I didn't work like the first 3 months. Like I just lived off of like music money and art money, and I was just like, I need to do something so I don't like slip back into like my crazy old behavior. So it was either work with children, work with like mentally challenged adults and like mentally challenged population, or work at a rehab or like a methadone clinic. And I've like got offers for all those, and like I definitely want to do other stuff besides music. And plus, like doing other stuff gives me the opportunity to learn more, and helps me too with like writing from different perspectives. Like I was working, well, I'm still employed, but like I was working with autistic adults, and I was like, I'm a therapist / like I work in a group home, and I show them like how to do stuff in a daily routine, and get them to where they have to go. And with that, like it opened up my eyes to like a whole like new path. And it's also helped me with patience and communication, and I guess ways to make the music just different. So I definitely do other things other than music, because if I didn't, everything would sound the same, and then that's just boring, and then I'd eventually just want to quit. I'm Roebus One. We're signing off.
Arise, open your eyes, no time for slipping. Bright lights and low bottoms, and the clock is ticking. And suspense is building as the pen rolls in between lines and scores, and letting go on my own accord. I promised myself I'd never write another song about you. At first was pretty doubtful, but pages fly close to the novel. 3 cheers for sweet revenge. Extend my catalog, this time I'm starting the end. Sun shining on my face into the brain, reflecting on her goodbye like now she's gone forever, yay. Snow White opened the door and I walked through it, and pointed to a black pearl, that's your muse, use it. Smelling in tiptoe, waltz through the loony bin, bugging through my phone book, brush it off and fuck friends. quote unquote. Traded my nights from heaven's cold cops and fresh Macbeths, and then elope, stand out, feel free, no shackles around the